Of all the things I would say today, this isn't one of them, but let's go blow up that human Reaper.
It's too big for our guns. EDI, find me a way to blow this thing to hell.
The large tubes injecting the fluid are a weak structural link. Destroying them should cause the supports to collapse, and the Reaper to fall.
Give us a minute, EDI. We gotta take care of some old friends first. Hostiles incoming!
Speaking of, I'm not sure how exactly we intend on doing that, because, I'm completely out of ammo. Really? Did you really possess a dead one to come back and annoy me? Kill the weaker ones first, because if you don't, he's just gonna possess them again.
Pitiful. They are bacteria. This is what you face.
Is armor-piercing ammo or is armor-piercing shot? There's armor-piercing ammo. You only have these two. Right. Okay.
Shoot the tubes!
Shoot the tubes. Yeah. Shoot the tubes. That was 2 tubes. I need ammo. Did they drop some? They really didn't drop any. Of course they didn't drop ammo. They're collectors. Why would they drop ammo? Okay. As it turns out, bringing like 3 magazines to a collector base full of potentially millions of collectors, if not more, not the smartest decision on my part. I'll be upfront with you, I've had moments of strategic brilliance. My choice of crew being my, I think, utmost. Shoot the injection tubes with what? Will that work? Oh. It woke up. Yeah, okay, I can see a thing over there.
Firing eye impact shot.
Assuming control.
That didn't work. That didn't work. Folks, that didn't work. Okay, that'll help. Oh, sweet ammo. Okay.
We are your genetic destiny. My attacks will tear you apart.
No, my lack of ammo is gonna tear me apart. Your attacks are just gonna... I'm stuck in the middle of the... Thank you. Sniper rifle broke again. It did the thing it hasn't done in so long. Okay, more ammunition. We may fight properly now. I've restored ammo to a relatively appropriate amount. Nah, damn it, the last shot didn't do much, did it? Okay.
There we go.
Shoot the...
I expect it to get up. I fully do. I expect it...
Shepard to ground team. Status report.
It's safe. We are holding, but they keep coming. A quick exit is preferable.
Head to the Normandy. Joker, prep the engines. I'm about to overload this place and blow it sky high.
Roger that, Commander. Commander, I've got an incoming signal from the Elusive Man. He's patching it through.
How the hell did he get a signal through?
Shepard, you've done the impossible.
I still have to destroy the base.
Not necessary. I have a better option. I'm looking at the schematics EDI uploaded. A timed radiation pulse would kill the remaining collectors, but leave the machinery and technology intact. This is our chance, Shepard. They were building a Reaper. That knowledge, that framework could save us.
What do you mean could save us?
It's not exactly portable. What are you suggesting?
Our best chance against the Reapers is to turn their own resources against them. They were working directly with the Collectors. Who knows what information is buried there? This base is a gift. We can't just destroy it.
No matter what kind of technology we might find, it's not worth it.
Shepard, you died fighting for what you believed. I brought you back so you could keep fighting. Some would say what we did to you was going too far, but look what you've accomplished. I didn't discard you because I knew your value. Don't be so quick to discard this facility. Think of the potential.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and not take super long to make a decision on this. On the one hand, it's technology. Technology is like fire, right? It's not inherently evil. Just because what they did to create a Reaper here, a human Reaper, is absolutely abominable, and they made it like, what a concentration camp of sorts to turn humans into liquid genetic goo and pump it into the Reaper. Again, disgusting and abhorrent, but just because they use this technology to do that doesn't mean we can't use some of the technological advancements and whatever framework, as he said, that they've been, that they've created to create something different, something very different, something that doesn't use human goo. Goo made from humans is what I mean. We can use it to create a bloody railgun or something. That's what I mean. Like something that we would consider within our culture and with our cultural norms ethical, as a weapon to fight the Reapers. And if that means making a giant Reaper of our own, which doesn't use biological material but uses just artificial material, metal and stuff like that, and we can power it with computers and such, turn it into like a super ship or something, well, effectively like a massive spaceship, right? We can do that. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, I'm down for that. Why destroy something where we can use it as an asset and we can use it ethically? It's kind of like if you find a really, really nice weapon out in the field and you learn later that that weapon was used to commit, to murder an innocent life, it's not the weapon's fault. You can still use it to do good with it, right? There's no reason to destroy it. I mean, I understand that someone might have moral objections to it, but we're not exactly in a place where we have the luxury of buying another gun, right, in this analogy. We need every bit of help we can get. The problem I have with it is I'm handing it over to Cerberus. An already massive and shady organization. I don't trust the Illusive Man one bit, right? A couple of minutes ago he called me an asset, and I really didn't approve of that. But, yeah. Let's use it.
A threat this big, rules go out the window. If this station can help stop the Reapers, we have to use it.
You're making the right choice.
Let's move. In 10 minutes, the reactor core will fire a radiation blast that kills anything on board.
It's one of the toughest decisions I've ever made. Guys? It woke up, guys. It definitely woke up. Okay. I have about 2 more good shots at it, and then we're gonna have some problems. Hey, did we at least get the collectors that it spat out for some reason? Okay. Did a bit of damage to it. Can't really complain. That thing is freaking fast is what it is. Also, could you do a little bit of shooting, please? I feeling that we're kind of not doing the optimal amount of damage to the friggin' thing. Maybe, we go back up here. Oh, shoot. Okay, barrier. I need to get to cover. That knocked out my entire barrier in half a second, but... Okay, there we go. How exactly we survived is beyond me, but we did survive. Although, arguably, I could say that for pretty much every single encounter I've had with the Collectors, Reapers, and everything from Eden Prime to present moment. Well, apart from one, because that one time I technically didn't survive, but you get the point.
Human, you've changed nothing. Your species has the attention of those infinitely or greater. That which you know as Reapers are your salvation through destruction.
Yeah, I've seen the drones of former Protheans. I looked into their minds and saw, well, absolutely frickin' nothing. And if that's salvation, I don't want it. I don't think anyone does. So how about this? I am your salvation, Collector. Through destruction.
Detonation in 10, 9, 8.
Yeah, I get the gist of it, Edie. Hold on.
You have failed. We will find another way. Releasing control.
Hey.
Shepard, it's a new day, and we have you to thank for our deliverance.
We did the right thing. You don't need to try and make me feel good about it.
Always willing to do whatever it takes. Well, it's paid off. Adapting the technology of the Collector base could be the biggest advancement for humankind since the discovery of the relays. It will secure our dominance in the galaxy against the Reapers and beyond.
Human dominance? Or just Cerberus?
They're one in the same.
Oh, I assure you they are
To
not.
promote and secure humanity's continued strength. Don't let idealism blind you. Using the base to its fullest potential is the best way to fulfill ours.
Right, listen, you and I have very different ideas of what it means to be human. I think that we haven't gotten to the point where we're fighting about that yet. We haven't gotten to that conflict point. But eventually we will get there where the difference will be too great and the gap between us will be too large that we will find ourselves on two opposite sides of a gun. Right? And I'm going to draw a line in the sand right now and try and be the one pointing it when we get to that point, right? For now, though, use it to fight the Reapers.
We need to dedicate every possible resource against the Reapers. Nothing can interfere with that. Harbinger is coming, and he won't be alone. You hold anything back. Anything. And you're out.
It's not that easy, Shepard. We need each other.
Joker, shut him off.
Consider my debt paid, by the way. I owe him my life. And in exchange for it, I give you the station. Partially, right? It's not just the reason, but it does play in to the calculating of what to do. but that debt is paid, and I blew that station up once. I'll do it again. Keep that in mind, yeah? We lose anyone? It's the same shape as Sovereign. There's more to that Human Reaper than... They're all the same shape. EDI was wrong, I'm telling you, there's something more behind that. But... we're going to find out more next time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this series. I'm going to be brutally honest with you and myself right now. It isn't the most popular one, and I didn't mean for it to be. I didn't even try and advertise this anywhere. I didn't even put many tags in the description down below, which is generally how people find these types of series. This has just been my playthrough of Mass Effect, and the biggest reason why I wanted to record it, and the biggest reason why I wanted to go through this journey with all of you, is because this game means so much to me. I think in retrospect, now that I play it and now that I have played it in 2023 and 2024, I think it hasn't aged the best. It has problems, but like every game and every system, it has problems. The leveling up system, the RPG system of the game is a little bit limited. And even some of the decisions in an RPG sense also don't make a lot of sense, but I don't want to get into them because I've sort of, in the Let's Play, I've skirted around that. I've found a way to deal with it, knowing what happens, right? What I mean by that is, for example, choosing... well, how do I put this? Like, certain choices lead to consequences that have nothing to do with the choice, which doesn't make a lot of sense. It makes the game kind of gamey, but other than that, the whole combat system and leveling up and the RPG elements, credits and all of that wasn't ideal. Better than Mass Effect 1, but wasn't ideal. However, that's not why I wanted to play the game, not because it isn't ideal. I wanted to play it because, on an emotional level, this game means a lot to me. The story and the characters now seem a little bit more rigid, seem a little bit more distant, seem, I'll be completely honest with you, a little bit less than what they did when I originally played the game the first time. And I tried to give them a little bit of extra dialogue, a little bit of extra time, you know, talking to them in between missions and stuff, even stuff that I didn't record, a couple of conversations I had, and it wasn't much. However, when viewed individually, you see really the limitations of the budget, the time, and the game, but once you're done with the whole game, once you're done with the whole trilogy, you realize that it's not about the small problems, it's about the emotional journey from Eden Prime to, well, no spoilers, wherever Mass Effect 3 takes us, right? And that emotional journey is extremely important to me. This was it wasn't one of my first RPGs, but it was one of my most memorable RPGs I've ever played. And in fact, Mass Effect, the original Mass Effect, when it first came out, I don't remember what year it was a long, long time ago. It was not my first RPG, but one of them. However, it was the RPG at the time where I felt the deepest connection with the characters and with the story, and really immersed myself into the brain of this fictional character that I've created called Shepard in my head. And the game let me play out this fictional character that I've immersed myself into through the first game. And like I said, at the time, the gameplay was a lot better than mostly because of the lack of competition, right? The gameplay felt better than it was, but what's important was that the same sort of level of connection, the same sort of emotions I had when I first booted up the game and made Shepard and really wanted to immerse myself in him, the game then took me for a roller coaster ride with that same core immersion and love for the character and love for the story and for the characters, for the other characters, for the companions in the game. And it took me through a roller coaster ride through ME1, ME2, and then ME3, and ended in the most disastrous way possible. But again, look, that was back then. Since things have changed, since the original first ending that you would get from when Mass Effect 3 first released, or endings, I suppose. But now things have changed, and I remember I cried at the end of Mass Effect 3. I cried on the one hand for the dead and lost, both in the mission, suicide mission here, and there were others that we lost along the way, remember. And there is one scene where you have a wall to commemorate them, and you have all their names, and you add the final name to that list. Well, someone does. Adds the final name to that list at the very end. And it's not about the event itself, it's about the journey. And it's about the journey that took years, right? I lived as Shepard in a sense, vicariously, right? As Shepard, and I immersed myself into this character, and I went through all of these things, and it took a while. I finished Mass Effect 1, I waited for Mass Effect 2, I finished Mass Effect 2, I waited for Mass Effect 3, I finished Mass Effect 3, I grew up with this series, right? I changed on a personal level through just growth and experience and years, and Shepard, this character of Shepard that I've created was there with me, and it grew with me as I sort of, went through the series. And to see it end, see that final name being put up on the wall, moved me in a fundamental way that I will never forget. And I really want to emphasize this, that yes, some individual details of Mass Effect are really not good. Sometimes the combat isn't great, sometimes the characters and their relationships to you and some of their dialogue options and stuff like that are a little bit rigid, they're not the most well put together and stuff like that. Yeah. True, all of it is true. But at the end of it all, at the end of the journey, you forget about the tiny little imperfections and details. This journey changes you and it moves you. You start to think about your own mortality, you start to think about the relationships you have with people around you, and how much or how little they mean to you in the long scheme and in the grand scheme of things, and it really does what any good book should do, that by the time you reach the end of it, you're changed as a human being. Your view of your own life, of culture, of history, of anything like that is changed, and you gain new perspective and new insight into all of it, and that's what BioWare does. With Mass Effect, with Dragon Age. Dragon Age Origins is really good. It's a great game. Dragon Age 2 has problems. Dragon Age Inquisition has many problems. But the journey and the connectedness and just the scale of it and the size of the journey, that's what matters the most. That's what matters the most, and the size and scale of that journey really adds so much value to the game and to the narrative. And it's what makes it so powerful, right? And that's what I think BioWare does best. It creates a journey, an imperfect journey with holes in the road, right? And sometimes the car breaks down and you need to fix it, but at the end of the day, it creates an epic journey. And there are better RPGs than Mass Effect 2. There are better RPGs than Mass Effect 2, absolutely. I would say The Witcher 3 is far superior in most aspects. I would say that there are many shorter RPGs out there that are far superior in many aspects. In the RPG system, in the combat, in the economy of the game, the way it's handled, the leveling, the moment-to-moment fun and entertainment, all of that. That there are better ways of solving game development, right, and design. There are better designs out there, but where BioWare nails it is the whole scale of the narrative from start to finish. They've mastered that with Mass Effect, from the first game to the third game, because it draws you in. And I wanted to share that journey on YouTube and to just leave it on this website. The reason why I wanted to leave it on this website for the world to see, right, is that I'm hoping that at least one person, 5-10 years from now, at least one person will stumble across Mass Effect 1 Let's Play. Click that video and go on a journey with me. And that's why I want, well, obviously, and you guys that are actively watching it now, right, you that are going on this journey with me now, but this is one for the ages, right? Because I truly, truly believe that what BioWare has done with Mass Effect, is create a story and a journey and a powerful narrative, powerful enough and profound enough at the end to change you, that will outlast all of the bad decisions and subpar problems and all subpar decisions and design choices and all the problems the games have. They will outlast those. And you will forget about them. You will just enjoy the journey when it comes to it. Or maybe I'm just overthinking everything, but I'm having a heart-to-heart open moment here with you guys, and this story means a lot to me. It means a lot to me in a formative sense. I was very young when I first started playing Mass Effect, and like I said, I grew up with the series. Not that young, I think just old enough to understand it and have an appreciation for it. But yeah, it was quite something. 2010 this game came out, right? Mass Effect 1 was like 2008 or something, probably. Or was... Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think that's roughly when it came out. Yeah. I think so. That's roughly. That sounds about right, at least in my head. Anyways. Thank you very much for joining me for this Let's Play. I will see you all in the third and final iteration in this series, at least until we get Mass Effect 4 and see how the story goes from there on out, but... Like I said, I will see you for the third game, probably in a few months. There are some other things I want to play now. I want to give this a break and give some other series a try and some other things, but eventually, after a short break, we'll come back to Shepard, and we will see his story through to the end. But until then, thank you once again for joining me. Remember to like, subscribe down below if you want to enjoy the rest of the content that I produce on the channel and you want to stay tuned with it. You can also find links to my Patreon down in the description below, and if you're in a position to, consider becoming a channel member as well, because it helps the channel out a lot, and all the proceeds go to making new videos and making better videos for you guys. But by no means feel compelled to do so. Just, you're feeling generous. Anyways. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope I've been a entertaining host. Mass Effect 2. I apologize for taking lengthy breaks in between videos for Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 1 went a lot smoother. But it wasn't because I was lazy and because I didn't know what to didn't want to record it or something. I had problems with, you know, I was busy with work. I went sort of through this previously already in one of the episodes, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go brew myself some coffee and put on some blues or something to relax a little bit, because every time I reach the ending of a Mass Effect game, I get really emotional, and yeah. Something about these games, man. There's just something about these games, man. There's something about these stories that you just connect to, right? Even in the moments where you know it's kind of dialogue's kind of stiff. The story's a bit here and there, and well, actually the story's not here and there, but some of the elements of the game are here and there, and a couple of the speeches and a couple of the interactions between characters are a little bit feel a bit rigid and a little bit artificial and stuff, but ultimately, once you sort of go through the entire length of the road, and when you sort of go through everything from Mass Effect 1 to 3, it kind of irons itself out, right? And you get to, you sort of look beyond the words themselves, and you look at the core of what the game's trying to convey. And like that I like that a lot, and I appreciate that a lot. Ultimately, it's a story about friendship. It's a story about connecting with people and working towards something greater than yourselves together. If you think about it, that's kind of the story of humanity. And it's very fitting that the game deals with, well, humanity's survival. So it does have that sort of layer of depth hidden beyond the clunky dialogue. At times clunky dialogue. Most of the time it's great, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Anywho, I'm going to stop philosophizing, as they say, and I'm going to go lie down and calm down for a little bit and go and record something else. At least later today. Thank you very much for watching, like I said. Have fun, take care, and I'll see you all in Mass Effect 3.